Sagittarius, what's going on with you? Come on in, have a seat, make yourself comfortable. My name's Alan Hill from UnknownTruthTarot.com. Welcome back to another Sagittarius love reading. Today we are going to take a look at the status of the love connection between you and your romantic person of interest. I'm going to do that by getting one card to represent the mutual point of interest between the two of you here in May 2024. I'm going to get 3 cards for you, 3 cards for your person, and then I'm going to clarify everything with the second deck, just to make sure we can get down to the bottom, the unknown truth about what's really going on in this love connection of yours. So let's get started. Let's get one card for what's the mutual point of interest between Sagittarius and their romantic person of interest here in May 2024. What's going on with you, Saggy? It's been a minute. What's going on with Sagittarius as it relates to their romantic person of interest and the connection between them? Okay. Gotta dig for this one. It's hiding in here. Seems to be the theme for the day. Digging for a lot of them. What's going on with your person? What's going on with Sagittarius's romantic person of interest as it relates to Sagittarius and the connection between the two of them in May 2024? Okay, so we got a lot to talk about, it would look like. Oh shit, oh shit, yeah, we got a lot that needs to come out. Oh my, oh my. Buckle up. Bottom of the deck, the overall energy of this reading. 2 of Swords. This is Libra energy. This is a decision that needs to be made, only it hasn't been made yet. The person on the card's blindfolded. Sometimes that blindfold represents that there's just not enough information available to make a decision with, which is why it hasn't been made. But sometimes that blindfold can represent someone wearing blinders. In other words, like, if she's trying to decide between these 2 swords and she can't because she can't see. So why doesn't she just lay a sword down and take the damn blindfold off and then she can see what she's doing? It would be an easy choice. But she's not taking the blindfold off. So a lot of times this can represent that there's just something that one of you doesn't want to see, doesn't want to look at that, doesn't want that to be an option or the truth. Therefore, I'm just choosing not to look at it, and that is causing a decision to not get made that should be made. Sometimes this is just someone being stubborn and choosing not to choose. We got some sort of a choice here about the 10 of Cups. This is Pisces energy. This is most people's goal in terms of love and relationships. It's that happily ever after that we all want, that happy fairy tale romance, fairy tale love connection that we all dream about. And that's the part of this card that can be negative sometimes, is that fairy tale component of it all, because we all want that so badly. Like, this card probably gets more people in trouble than any card in the tarot deck. And it's because we want that happy ever after, happy fairy tale thing so bad that we'll delude ourselves. We'll ignore red flags when we see those, because if that red flag is true, then this can't actually be true, and I want this to be true, so I'm going to ignore the red flag. We're going to sweep stuff under the rug, pretend like certain things didn't happen, pretend like I didn't see something, pretend like I don't know something. But that's the problem, though. You can't unsee something. You can't unknow something. Something's not right here. It's a decision that needs made about this being combined together emotionally. Whether that's a decision about the belief, a decision about, is this actually 10 of Cups, a decision related to being together here. We got some kind of big decision, and right behind it is the Star. This is the Aquarius Major Arcana card. This is a card of hope. This is a card of healing. Sometimes this is a card of wish fulfillment. Like I said, we all want this really bad. This could be tied to wish fulfillment here. Believing in that could be wish fulfillment. Hoping that it is this 10 of Cups, hoping the correct decision gets made. The problem with this energy is this is the card that comes immediately after the Tower in the sequence of the Major Arcana. So you don't make it to the Star without going through a Tower moment of some kind first. The Tower is like the collapse of some important structure in your life, whether that's the collapse of the relationship and now we're trying to hope that we can get it back and there's a decision that needs made about that and hasn't been made. Sometimes this is like like when that tower collapses and now nothing's the same as it was the day before, it's hard to see the way moving forward from there. And this is the guiding light from the universe that shows up to light the path for you so you can see the way forward from here. It's where hope and healing both come from. But the fact that this is here tells me we've had a tower, we've had something big happen. Right behind that, more Aquarius energy, the Five of Swords. Fives are conflict or change. This can be a conflict in communicating, like a verbal conflict, screaming match, cussing each other out, a big fight that happens, words getting used like weapons. It can be something like that. It can also represent a betrayal happening. And it can also represent like someone who has like this winning at all cost mentality. Like, I'm going to get what I want, even if you get hurt in the process. That's your problem. It's like that kind of an energy sometimes. At its core, this card is about a mentally and psychologically painful situation or event happening. Like I said, sometimes that's a betrayal. And there's this hope that we can come back from that, but it requires a decision, it looks like, and decision isn't getting made. That's the gist of what it looks like this spread is going to talk to me about. I might have to come back to that more as we go along. That's the overall gist here. This mutual point of interest is shared energy that is affecting both of you in some way here in May 2024, Sagittarius. Doesn't always affect you both the same way. Sometimes they do this and you feel the consequences of it, or vice versa. Sometimes they say or do something and you start feeling or acting this way, or vice versa. Sometimes it's legitimately something external that's affecting you both. But the mutual point of interest for the two of you here in May 2024 is the Empress. This is the mother of the tarot deck. She's perpetually pregnant, so she's always giving birth to something. In a relationship reading, she represents the birth of something new or the rebirth of a connection. One of those two. Let me clarify this and see what we can find out here. Tell me more about the Empress, please. Why is that the mutual point of interest between Sagittarius and their romance person of interest? May 2024. Okay, we got extra cards again. Bottom of the deck, Three of Pentacles. This is Capricorn energy of teamwork, collaboration, working together as equals to build something of value. The thing you would normally be building together here is the Ten of Pentacles, that being combined together physically, building a life together. This is laying the foundations for that. And then we have a severing, the Queen of Swords. This is Libra energy. This is she who knows the truth. She's about speaking the truth on something, but she's also about cutting off the thing or the person that isn't in your best interest anymore. I call her she who knows the truth. Like, she holds her hand out like this because she's offering someone to tell their side of the story. Like, go ahead, speak your truth to me. The problem is she already knows the truth. So when the story that they tell her doesn't match the truth she already knows, she cuts their head off with the sword, which is what I mean by like severing a connection, severing a person. That's typically what this card means. Yeah, and right behind it is the Ace of Swords. That's the sword she wields. This is the sword you make decisions with. The Latin word that the word decision comes from literally means to cut off. As in, if you have these other options, you cut all of them off one at a time until there's only one option left, and that's how you make a decision. But this is also sometimes the sword you use to sever a relationship or to cut something out of your life that's not in balance. Man, Six of Cups in the background here. This is Scorpio energy of the past. This is thinking about the past, reminiscing about the past, thinking about the good old days and the way things used to be between the two of you. This represents a deep emotional connection between the two of you. It can also represent something from the past coming back up again, or someone from the past trying to make some kind of a comeback. I've got this energy of we're working together to build something, and I'm clarifying an energy about the birth of something new happening, although this could be the rebirth of something. So if you guys have had a separation here, this could be talking about rebirthing the connection, but that doesn't really explain the severing that's taken place and the sword to do that, the decision that looks like to cut off the past. Or this could just be some decision is made because of something from the past. I'm not 100% sure yet. That'll become more clear as we go. When I clarify this, Empress, I get 2 extra cards. I get the Hierophant, the Lovers, the Ten of Swords, the Queen of Cups, and the Hanged Man. So I got 3 major arcana here. I'm clarifying a major arcana. This is a lot of powerful energy that's affecting you both. The Hierophant is the Taurus major arcana card. This is a card of commitment, about being committed to something bigger than yourselves. In a relationship reading, this would be being fully committed to the relationship, taking that to the next level. This is a marriage card. So I've got 2 references here to being together, like building the foundations for a combined together life. Marriage or commitment doesn't mean you're necessarily were married to this person. You could just been going down the path toward that. I have the Lovers next, which is the Gemini major arcana card. This is a powerful love connection between the 2 of you. But a long time ago, before this card was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So it represents, in reality, what it represents is the interconnectedness between people, and how when you're in a relationship, the other person's choices affect you and vice versa. So there's no way to escape that, like you're in it together kind of a thing. I mean, that applies to all of humanity itself. It's not just in love connections here. But it used to be called the Choice, so a lot of times this will represent a choice in a powerful love connection. I see a decision that needs made about the Ten of Cups, and it's not being made yet. Decision to heal, it looks like, from some sort of a betrayal. Yeah, I didn't go far enough. I have another 5, the 5 of Pentacles. Abandonment, being cast aside, being left out in the cold, discarded. That's a breakup energy right there. I got 2 cards in a row that are screaming big fight, breakup, or betrayal, breakup. And that's what we're trying to heal from, but the decision isn't being made here. So the other thing this could mean, besides the decision about the connection between the 2 of you, is this can sometimes be a choice between more than one lover, happening during a commitment, happening during a time when we were building something together or laying the foundations of that. Something new was birthed here. Central to all of this, I have the Ten of Swords. This is Gemini energy. This is a swift, painful ending to something. A lot of times this will be an ending that you don't see coming, which is why the swords are in this person's back. If they would have seen it coming, they'd be in their front. Sometimes this is an ending in betrayal, which again is why the swords are in their back. They get stabbed in the back and betrayed. I have a card here 4 deep at that 5 of Swords that could represent a betrayal taking place. If you're in a commitment with somebody, whether you're married or living together or going down that path, and they birth something new and create a choice between 2 lovers, that would definitely count as a betrayal. I can see why that would cause a swift, painful ending. And I can even see that maybe you didn't see that coming or didn't want to see that coming. Take that however it resonates. Next clarifier, Queen of Cups. This is Cancer energy. This would be a person who has a lot of love and emotions, and they want to give their love and emotions. It is the most intuitive queen in the deck. Could be a case of like you had some intuitive hits that something was a little off here, but you couldn't see facts on that, so you decided not to act on it. A lot of times your intuition is going to tell you something that you don't want to hear, that you don't want to be true. And without facts, it's easy to choose to ignore that and like, nah, I'm not going to pay attention to that. I need some raw data, and I don't have that. Could be something like that going on, but the Queen of Cups would indicate that you have a lot of love and emotions for this person still. She is the only character, though, that has a lid on top of her cup, and she does that as a way to protect her emotions from becoming contaminated by something. She doesn't want anything getting in her emotions and causing her emotional distress, emotional pain, so she's guarded here. She's protecting herself, but she really wants to take the lid off and pour her love into someone. But there's this energy of betrayal, backstabbing, didn't see that ending coming type of a thing here, which is probably why there's this guarded energy. And it's probably also why we got the Hanged Man as the final clarifier. This is Pisces energy of progress being halted, no forward movement happening, things being stuck at a dead standstill. The Hanged Man hangs upside down because he's trying to look at things from a different point of view than he normally would look at things from, a different perspective. And he's doing that. He's trying to figure out, why am I stuck and how do I get unstuck and move forward from here? The problematic element of that is he's looking at things from a different point of view. In other words, he's looking external to himself here. I get this a lot when, yes, it could indicate that the problem is external. But more often than not, this indicates someone in this situation isn't accepting their role or their responsibility in why things aren't moving correctly. So this can sometimes be like helpless victim mentality, or it can be a mentality of someone who's playing the blame game. Like, well, it's not my fault it's stuck. It's this thing's fault, or it's this situation's fault, or hell, it's your fault that this is stuck. I know, as stupid as that sounds, I see that energy a lot when there's cheating going on, when there's been the birth of something new, and it's not my fault I had an affair and cheated on you. It's your fault that I did it, or it's her fault that I did it. It's something else's fault, but it's not mine. I guess typically what this card represents, it's in the shared energy. So yes, you're both stuck and this connection isn't progressing. But this could indicate that they're playing the blame game and it's not my fault that I did what I did. And this could just be, man, thinking that the problem is external, even for you, in that almost every problem that we run into, especially in relationships, the full thing of the problem isn't always entirely external. For example, if you've had your intuition talking to you and then you chose to ignore that, that's an internal problem for you. Why did you not listen to your intuition? Why was the internal knowing not enough for you to take some kind of an action or at least look? Why is it that there's some element to this that you're not wanting to look at? Or, there's, even when you've attracted a complete asshole to you and they treat you like crap, why do you stay with that? Or how did you attract that type of a person to begin with? So there's almost every external problem that we have originated first as an internal problem, and then it just gets manifested externally. So this is like really encouraging you to take a look inside as opposed to only outside. But it is also saying that no progress is happening. If we're talking about rebirthing a connection, that decision hasn't been made, isn't being made. If we're talking about birthing some new connection that ended everything because it created a choice between two lovers, that's frozen everything up dead in its tracks too. So either way, it looks like we're not moving right now. That's the shared energy affecting you both, Sagittarius. I will come back to this more as I go through your energy, because then I'll be able to see more about how it applies to you. I'll come back to it again as I go through your person's energy, because then I'll be able to see how it applies to them. That's the shared energy, your energy in this connection for May 2024, Sagittarius. First card is always the most important. You get the Six of Cups. Central to your energy is the Hierophant. And the final card for you is the Ace of Pentacles. We already saw this in the story on the bottom of the deck here. I guess I didn't go down far enough, because right behind that is the Two of Swords again, the decision that's not being made. And that's the overall energy. So I'm getting a lot of repeating cards already. This is Scorpio energy of the past, thinking about it, reminiscing about the past, the way things used to be between the two of us. It can represent something from the past coming back again. Maybe some problem showing back up. Maybe this is a person from the past. Hell, if you guys are split up, which it looks like you are, this could be your person trying to make some sort of a comeback. So let me clarify that and find out what else I can see. Tell me about Six of Cups. Why is that the first card to Sagittarius? Well, shit. I was really hoping this was going to be a nice positive one where we could laugh and have a good time here, but this person is pissing me off already. Bottom of the deck. The Emperor. This is the Aries Major Arcana card. I've been getting a lot of Major Arcana cards here. This is an energy of control. It's about taking control of a situation, taking charge of a situation. This is a master manifester in the sense of it's someone who has all the abilities and resources to put together a plan to get what they want and then execute the plan to get what they want. This is the person that's calling the shots, that's making the rules, that's setting the boundaries here. Could be that we have a history of control. This can be a really positive energy. It's someone that's like putting together plans and executing them and getting what they want and doing it. Like not sitting around and waiting on it to be handed to them, but doing it. It's easy to take that a little bit too far and go from being in control to being controlling. So this can sometimes be a very domineering, oppressive kind of an energy here. Like think about ancient Roman emperors, like they would just go conquer stuff and they didn't care how many people died as long as they got to conquer something and put their face on some statues. We got somebody here in control of something, possibly finances. The Six of Pentacles is Taurus energy. This can be an energy of receiving money or giving money. This is supposed to be a card of balance. It should be generosity and reciprocity. Like you scratch my back, I scratch yours. You take care of me, I take care of you. Like equal give and take here. It can be about trying to balance the connection back out, but we got somebody blocking that, somebody in control of whether that happens or not. The other meaning to the Six of Pentacles is it can represent the merchant giving to two different people in the physical sense. And like even notice how big the emperor's chair is like what goes on behind him is his damn business and not yours. It's like you don't need to know what's going on back here because this is all mine. Like, can you imagine an emperor like answering your questions when you're trying to find out what's going on? They don't need to answer your questions. They're in control. So this could be hiding the fact that I'm giving to two people and it's showing up in your energy because it could be someone from their past and like all of this is just affecting you. I got news and messages in communicating about love and emotions, like lovey-dovey messages, expressing feelings. Early stages of a love offer here. It's also a page, which is the least developed of the court cards, the least mature of the court cards. So this could be an emotionally immature person, not fully developed emotionally. Yes, we've got Knight of Wands behind that. The Knights are action takers, so this is actions toward love and passion and desire. Rushing forward, taking rapid, passionate action on something there's a lot of desire for. This can be a really wishy-washy, in and out, back and forth bullshit kind of an energy. Like person who comes and goes, can't stay fully committed to what they say they want. They're gung-ho 1 minute and then they're going a different direction the very next minute. This is even sometimes called the player of the tarot deck. So it can be somebody who's playing you and they're running back and forth between you and somebody else that they're exchanging messages with, and they're given to two people and they're fully in control of everything that's going on here. This could also be describing your person and them having a past history of behaving that way, even maybe a past history of birthing something new while you're in this committed love connection together. I'm getting the sense this isn't the first trip around the block here. When I clarify Six of Cups, I get Seven of Swords, the Hermit, and Judgment. Two more major arcanas. This Seven of Swords is Aquarius energy. I feel like I've said Aquarius several times. I've said Scorpio a few times. I got some Virgo. I've said Taurus a few times. Gemini, Cancer, Pisces. Gemini, we got some Leo, some Libra. I got Libra here too. Cancer, Sagittarius. You could be dealing with any of those signs. Hell, you could be dealing with literally any sign. This is a collective reading. So it's going to be almost impossible to pin down exactly who you are dealing with because I'm not really tapping into your specific energy as an individual person the same way I would if I was doing a personal reading for you. I'm tapping into collective energy of probably tens of thousands of Sagittarius people right now. So I'm just going to continue to call the signs out as they stick out to me, just in case that means anything to you. But this is Aquarius energy. This is usually lying, cheating, stealing, deception, sneaking around behind your back, trying to get away with something that they shouldn't be trying to get away with. We could have a history of that type of deceptive bullshit kind of behavior here from this person. That's not the only meaning of the card. Another thing it can mean is self-preservation, as in I don't want to get hurt like I have in the past here. So the person's stealing 5 swords because they don't want to be hurt by the swords. They don't want the swords used against them, so they steal them to make sure that can't happen. I got that 5 of swords 4 cards deep in the overall energy. Again, that's a betrayal. It's a mentally and psychologically painful thing. So he's stealing 5 swords to make sure the pain doesn't happen. But he's also got to leave 2 behind. So this can be an energy of leaving something behind because he can't carry it all. It's interesting that he leaves 2 behind, and we also have the 2 of swords in the shared, or the overall energy of the reading, that decision that needs made and hasn't been made yet. Next clarifier for 6 of Cups is the Hermit. This is the Virgo Major Arcana card. This is a card of withdrawal and isolation. A lot of times this will mean that the communication between the 2 of you has shut down completely. If it hasn't shut down completely, it's probably a lot different than it used to be. I get this card sometimes when they ghost you and they just disappear and you don't hear from them. Got somebody sneaking off in the night potentially here. This card is about being forced inside yourself to do some soul searching, some deep inner reflection, some deep contemplation, trying to figure out what is going on inside of me. What is it in myself that I need to look at and make adjustments to so that I can move forward the way that I want to? It's really similar to the Hanged Man in that they're both trying to figure out, what do I do moving forward from here? The difference is in where the focus is placed. Here, the focus is placed externally on things and other people and other situations that have me stuck. And here, the focus is directed inside yourself. This is about looking in the shadows of yourself, having the courage to go inside of you and look through all that stuff that you bury down in the dark in your shadow, and having the courage to face it and deal with it and make adjustments to you so that you can move forward the right way. The problem I'm feeling off of this is I got this probable history of sneaky, deceptive, lying, manipulative type behavior. I've got an Emperor person here who is trying to control things, or probably feeling controlling. This could be a case of where now you're stuck inside yourself, searching your soul for, what do I need to change about me so that this decision gets made and that they'll decide to love me. And then my hope for all this healing and the one for me and like everything I want can happen if only I could do better. I'm getting the feeling that this person has made you feel like it's your fault that they do the stupid shit that they do, and blaming you for it to the extent that maybe now you're starting to feel that blame inside yourself. And that's not accurate. You're not supposed to be going in to figure out what's wrong with you to fix you for them. You're supposed to be figuring out what's wrong that's allowing this type of behavior to be accepted by you, because this isn't correct behavior you're getting from this person. And there should be no reason in the world why you're tolerating something like this. Judgment is here. This is a very powerful Major Arcana card. This is a final decision being made. This is passing a final verdict and judgment on something here. Making that final decision of, is this dead and over with? And it's kaputs and we ain't coming back from this. There's no coming back from this. Or this can also be about resurrection, as in bringing something dead back to life and transforming it so it's never that painful way it was again. So this is that choice here. This is the disturbing part to me. This is feeling like in your mind you have this represented as it's their decision about whether or not we get this back, whether we balance this out, whether we get this happily ever after that you believe in, that you have hope for. Whether we get that back or not feels to me like you think you have no say in that matter and it's all their say. And that's part of the game that they're running on you, this control game that they have here. I think there's a history of them doing you wrong, and a history of you putting up with it, and a history of them controlling you by blaming you. And this is not the decision of theirs that's not being made here, because they don't get to dictate whether or not this is over if you call it over first. If you decide, you know what, I'm not staying stuck in this bullshit anymore. I've got a lot of love to give, and if this person doesn't want it, they're an idiot. I'm going to call this dead and over with. I'm going to end it, and I'm going to go birth something new myself, birth the kind of life that I actually deserve with the kind of person that's going to treat me right. Now, that's what you should be doing here. But it's probably going to require you to look inside yourself and do some inner work to figure out why that hasn't already occurred. Because the last thing you want to do is jump out from underneath an intolerable asshole like this and get in with another person that's basically exactly the same. They're just wearing a different wrapper for skin. It's going to be the same thing. If you don't make the adjustments to you, you're going to end up stuck in that same kind of a scenario. Central to your energy, Sagittarius, we have the Hierophant, the Taurus Major Arcana. We already saw this out here in the shared energy affecting you both. Like I said, this is commitment, being in a committed relationship, taking it to the next level. This is a marriage card. Tell me about the Hierophant, please. Why is that the central energy for Sagittarius in May 2024? Oh, my Lord. That's a lot. Come here. This one. This one, we got 2. Yes, you're seeing me turn cards right side up because I don't read reversals. So whenever they come out upside down, I just turn them right side up. The only exception to that is sometimes I get yelled at. I don't mean like literally yelled at. It's not like I hear a voice in my head screaming at me. It's more like a very, very noticeable like oomph. Like if you would touch your tongue to a 9-volt battery, that jolt you're going to get. I get something like that when it's like, hey, dude, that one's supposed to be that way. That didn't happen here. Bottom of the deck, 2 of Swords. We've seen that already. Overall energy, Libra energy. Decision about this commitment needs to be made, and it hasn't been made. There is an element here of not having all the information, or an element here of there's something that you don't want to look at. You're not wanting to look at the end. You're not wanting that to be true. The Tower, I've already told you that I know a tower happened because I had the star here behind your 10 of Cups. This is the collapse of that. This is the collapse of the relationship. Hell, this is probably the collapse of your belief system. Like the mental model of the world you are operating from turned out not to be true like you believed it was. And that shattered that whole belief here. Could have shattered the relationship, shattered the marriage, shattered the commitment that you have. It clearly put an end to it. And I don't think you saw that coming because I think you believed it was going to be one way. And now that has shattered here. And there could be this element of I still don't want to accept that the tower has collapsed. Yeah, because I would rather have the decision be teamwork and collaboration and working together as equals to build it, not to have it knocked down. But there's truth here. There's speaking the truth. I feel like right now I'm probably saying stuff that is triggering you, and if it's not triggering you, you can bet your sweet ass it's triggering somebody. I'm probably going to get flamed in the comments. I'm not trying to trigger you or anyone else at all. My job isn't to sugarcoat these messages and pour sprinkles on dog turds and convince you it's a candy bar. I can't do that to you. I can't tell you, oh, this is great. It's going to be fine. They're going to come back and act right. I'm not going to feed you that dog turd and watch you chew it up right in front of me and get it all stuck in your teeth. Can't do it. It's my job to get you the message and truthfully relay it to you the way I'm receiving it, because you can't make decisions in your own best interest if you're blindfolded, if you can't see the real truth. And if I tell you a bullshit story here, you're not going to see the real truth, and you're going to stay stuck in this pain, and that's not where you're supposed to be. This is supposed to be cutting this away because it's not serving you. It's not in your best interest. When I clarify the Hierophant, normally I get 3 clarifiers. I just got significantly more than that. I got the 7 of Cups, the 8 of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and I got 3 extras. I got the 5 of Swords, the 5 of Cups, and the King of Swords. Wow. 7 of Cups. This is Scorpio energy of options and choices, but confusion about your options and choices. There's a lot of cups here. There's a lot of different ways this could play itself out, and you don't want to make a mistake and pick the wrong cup. But the clouds of smoke around all the cups represent clouded judgment, confusion, emotional confusion, clouded decision making. It can even represent intoxication at times, but it can also represent someone is blowing smoke up your ass. They're blowing a smoke screen so you can't clearly see what's going on. I see you listening, your emotions, your intuition, your gut feelings telling you something here in the shared energy. But I don't think you listened to it, and it might be because somebody is trying to keep you blindfolded. They're trying to prevent you from seeing everything, and maybe they're clouding your judgment. Maybe they're saying, no, I wasn't cheating on you. I know it looks like I was doing sneaky, deceptive shit, but it wasn't me. I wasn't really doing that. But they were. We're going from 7 cups to 8 cups. So progressing emotional energy here. And between the two of you, it's not progressing. So it's progressing somewhere, which only leaves the other option that they have, the other choice, the options that they have. That could be the thing you don't want to see too. And granted, I get it. I mean, if you love this person and you don't want them to be cheating on you and you can't prove it and you don't have facts, of course it would be easier to just, okay, I'm ignoring that feeling. But the 8 of Cups is here. This is Pisces energy. This is emotionally detaching and physically detaching and walking away. The person in this card is walking away from 8 full cups of love for one of 2 reasons. Either they think there's something better out there for them. They think the grass is greener on the other side of the fence, and they got to go find out if it is or not. When they do that, and they're walking away from what they have, they always find out the grass is not greener on the other side of the fence, and many times they try to come back. 6 of Cups is your first card. Could be they're trying to come back now after they walked away. The other way you could take this card is as advice for you. It's in your energy. You have a commitment that you're confused about, that you're not seeing clearly. You're definitely got the blinders on about something. And what it looks like is the collapse of not only this connection, but the collapse of this belief that this relationship is your 10 of Cups, that it's the one for you, that this is the person you're supposed to be with. Because those cards are here, that does not mean this is God or Spirit or Source or the universe sending down factual verification that, yes, sir, that's the one for them. I made it that way. That ain't what this means. That ain't never what it means in tarot. This is meaning it's showing up here because you have that belief. This is your reading. Doesn't mean it's actually factually true. And I think part of what's happening is the collapse of this belief that you had about that. This 8 of Cups, if this is advice for you, what it's telling you is that 8 Cups is the best this person is capable of giving you. If you want your 9th cup, your own personal happiness and wish fulfillment, if you want your actual real 10 of Cups, that happily ever after, that real true love romance that we all want, if that's what you want, you ain't going to find it with this person because they can only do 8. No different than if you're building a basketball team and what you want is some dude that can do fancy 360 slam dunks. You don't want to pick me because I can't do that and I'm never going to be able to do that. If what you want is real, true love, reciprocated, and they pour into you every bit as much as you pour into them, they love you just as much as you love them, you're looking in the wrong spot because this person isn't capable of that. And I think that's part of what you're supposed to be in hermit mode about here, is looking at that, looking at what does true love really mean to you? What does that look like? What does that feel like? And then compare that against what you have with this person and notice how they're not the same. They don't match. It's different because this isn't what you think it is. And I know that's a hard thing to hear. It's a hard thing to look at and face and accept. But that's the truth. Next clarifier for the Hierophant is the Wheel of Fortune. This is a change in the luck and fortunes. If things were going great, and we got this commitment and this powerful love connection, this is the wheel spinning the other way and it going to hell in a handbasket really quick. This is the 10 of the major arcana, which rules over the 10s of the 4 suits. And I've got that 10 of Swords, swift, painful ending, ending you don't see coming, ending in betrayal, right here, smack dab in the center of the shared energy, directly below this birth of something new. This is that pivotal moment where the wheel spun the other way and this thing took a very abrupt sideways turn and hit the telephone pole. That's the moment it became dead and over with. It's just a question of, are you accepting the dead and over with piece of this, or are you still waiting on them to come back? Also tied to this 10 of the major arcana, this Wheel of Fortune, is the 5 of Swords again. So I've already seen that. This is the second 5 of Swords, and I'm using 2 decks. This is Aquarius energy. Again, this is a conflict. This can be a big fight, an argument, bitter words. This can be a betrayal. This is a mentally and psychologically painful event. Another thing that this can mean is a cyclic pattern here, a cycle that's repeating, a cycle of mental and psychological pain, a cycle of being walked away from, a cycle of emotionally detaching from you, a cycle of going to see if the grass is greener on the other side of the fence. I said here at the beginning, I felt like there's a history of them being controlling and dominating you, of being sneaky and deceptive and lying to you and cheating. There's a history here. This is not the first trip around the block with this painful ordeal with this person. Next, I have another 5. Again, 5s are conflict. 5 of Cups is Scorpio energy. This is sadness and remorse about the past. This is a feeling negative emotions like sadness, guilt, regrets, depression even. The person on the card is staring at these 3 cups that have been spilled. That symbolizes all the love and emotions that have been spilled and wasted between the two of you. All the time, effort, and energy that's been spilled and wasted. There are still 2 upright cups behind the person, though, and that represents that you still feel a connection to this person. It can sometimes represent that there's still a decision about the connection because it's a 2. 2s are choices and decisions. There could still be a decision about the connection looming in the background, and your focus isn't on what you have. Your focus is on the past. First card for you, card of the past. This card at its core is about whatever you focus on is literally going to dictate to you the emotions you feel. If you focus on the past, you're going to feel what you felt in the past. If you focus on something that you've lost, you're going to feel the loss. If you focus on something that you now think is missing from your life, you will feel that gap in your life. So this is about controlling your focus and aiming it at the things that you can feel good about and not the things that you can feel bad about here. But this signifies that there has been a big fight, at least a psychologically painful thing happening, if not a betrayal, probably a cycle of that and leading you into these negative, low vibrational emotions. Next, I have King of Swords. This is a decision-making energy. This is either Aquarius or Gemini energy. But this is someone that is very smart and very logical and rational and reasonable and analytical and like conscious mind thinking oriented kind of a person. It's a person that when they make their decisions, they do not consult their emotions or their intuition. They throw that shit right out the window, and I'm only interested in the truth and the facts and what can I see and right in front of me, what can I verify with my own 2 eyes, and I'm going to decide based on that and what I think is best for me, most rational decision available. That can feel like a person who is emotionally detached, emotionally distant. I've got that 8 of Cups here in the same column. This can even feel like someone who is cold and calculated and ruthless. I have the 5 of Swords right here in the same column, and right between these 2 cards is all this sadness and remorse and regrets and guilt, and I'm still feeling like this person guilts you and probably uses that as a way to exert dominance over you and control you. This is feeling like cold calculated. I know this kind of a person is not the dude that flies by the seat of his pants. He doesn't just wing it and make up what he's going to do as he goes along. This is a person that's smart and logical and has a freaking plan and probably a plan B. I've got 2 emotion cards here, 2 cups for you that are escalating. And then a whole bunch of another cup here. A lot of emotions here for you, none of which are positive, and mental and psychological pain, all right here in this commitment, this marriage, this being committed in this relationship, whatever that means for you in particular. And you're dealing with somebody who's cold and calculated. This could even be talking to you about, hey, you need to like throw your emotions out the window here, because the emotions are what's stopping you from walking away. If you look at this logically, you will realize that this person isn't capable of loving you the way you deserve to be loved. They're not capable of pouring back into you the same way you pour into them. And I think common sense tells you that. But again, there's a sword energy here of you not wanting to see something and not wanting to look at it. So it could be a case of you got intuition and common sense are both telling you something different here. Final card for you, Sagittarius, Ace of Pentacles. This is a physical, tangible, real-world new opportunity presenting itself here. This is not an idea or a concept. This is a physical opportunity, something I can touch, something I can feel. Tell me about this Ace of Cups. What's this new opportunity that's here in Sagittarius' energy, please? Okay, this one. Okay. Bottom of the deck, Knight of Cups. So it looks like we have a new opportunity presenting itself to move forward in terms of love and emotions. This is an action taker, actions toward love and emotions, trying to move forward with a romantic offer, a romantic gesture, trying to advance a cup of love or a connection in some way. Now, I hope that this is you getting a new opportunity to do that. This could just as easily be your person's bullshit showing up over here, and their new opportunity that presented itself was something that they moved on. Probably damn so. I got Knight of Wands right there. This could even be both. It's two layers to the story. This could be you wanting an opportunity to move this forward with them. And this could also be they had an opportunity and they did act on that, and they acted on it in passion and desire here, and being a player and wishy-washy and in and out and back and forth. Page of Cups, and then we go into lovey-dovey messages, possibly an apology. This is just like emotionally not fully mature energy here. This could even be saying like, hey, I still want to like move forward with them and communicate how I feel with them, even though they are being a player and they're given to two. I still want to try and balance it out. It's feeling like more than one of those things at the same time. So take that piece however it resonates for you. When I clarify Ace of Pentacles, I get the Six of Wands, the Star again, the Ten of Cups again, and Strength. Six of Wands is Leo energy. This is a card of recognition. Sometimes this is a case of you getting recognized for something. That could be the thing that's bringing you some new physical opportunity here. More often than not, though, this is a card of you recognizing something, you coming to some sort of a recognition, either about yourself or about your person or about the connection or even about this opportunity that's presenting itself. You're recognizing something, and whatever that is, it allows forward movement. I got sneaky deceptive behavior moving into the past. And then I've got clouded judgment, confusion, too many options. I don't want to make a mistake. But then I've got this new opportunity here that allows you to recognize something and move forward into the future successfully. The Star is next again. We've already seen that with the Ten of Cups. It came out in the opposite order. I had Ten of Cups and then the Star. And now I have the Star and the Ten of Cups. So this is Aquarius energy of hope and healing, and hoping that we can heal this connection and move it forward, and probably hoping for an opportunity to do that and move it forward. But like I said, it's the card that comes after the Tower, so you don't get here without the Tower. I've seen the Tower in the story on the bottom of the deck. I know one's happened. There's Ten of Swords here. There's Hermit here. There's the change to everything. Betrayal. Massive bad emotions. If this is you still hoping that this can be healed, it's sitting right beside a card that tells you to detach because this person is not capable of what you deserve. They're not capable of giving you what you want or what you deserve. And if any real healing is going to take place for you, the thing you need to recognize is that the opportunity doesn't lie outside of you in this person. The opportunity lies inside of you, going inside yourself and figuring out what is true love to you. What does that really look like? What does it really feel like? And then having the hope that you can detach from this and go find that yourself because you deserve that. 10 of Cups, like again, happily ever after, happy fairy tale love connection, having the hope that you can have that, and you can if you detach from this douchebag and go forward successfully. If you're still trying to maintain the hope that this is the 10 of Cups, you're just deluding yourself at this point. This is a pipe dream, not reality. Not saying true love is a pipe dream or that the 10 of Cups is a pipe dream. I'm just saying with a person like this is not what you have. This is what you want so badly that you don't want to see any other option than that. And I understand. I've been there myself before. That's the only way I can even understand that concept because I've lived that before. That 10 of Cups is right beside the Wheel of Fortune, the change to all of that. The wheel has spun the other direction. The judgment either needs to be made by you or you're still waiting on this all to turn around and them to make a judgment. Like, if you're expecting this person to change and act right for once and treat you right, you're barking up the wrong tree because they don't see any need to change. There's nothing wrong from their perspective. They see no internal need to adjust anything. It's always your fault. It's always this other thing's fault. My dad left when I was a kid, so it's that. It's my mom didn't treat me right. I had a rough childhood. You don't understand what it's like. It's that kind of an energy I'm feeling off of them. And they aren't going to change, and you can't make them change. And this inner work that needs done, that's yours. You can do this for you. You can't do it for them. You can't make them change. Like, hell, even if you could convince this douchebag to go to a therapist or a psychiatrist or some professional mental health help person, they can't make them do the work either. The best a psychiatrist or a therapist can do is talk to you and ask you questions to make you go inside yourself and think about some things and face some stuff and do the inner work. But even then, you have to do that yourself, and they have to do that themselves, and they aren't capable of that. They don't see a need for that. Maintain the hope the 10 of Cups happens for you. Maintain the belief in true love and happily ever after, because that stuff is real. It's just not what you have with this person. Strength is the final clarifier for you, Sagittarius. This is a Leo Major Arcana card. This card tells me that you are going through a very difficult situation with all of this. You have the strength to make it through that. You're just being forced to dig down deep inside yourself and find that strength and tap into it and use it. It's a hard thing to accept and look at the thing that you want and the thing that you wish for and end up seeing psychological pain and betrayal and abandonment and being cast aside. And there's your intuition again, the High Priestess. This is your intuition telling you all along that this isn't what is for you. This is your internal knowing, your gut feelings, the signs, the synchronicities, the dreams that have had messages in them. Just you knowing, even though you don't have facts to support it, you knew something was up. And you also know that what your intuition has really been telling you is to detach from this walk away from it because they're not capable of giving you any more than they've given you at this stage. The highest cup card you have out here in this center column for your marriage or your commitment or whatever this was between the two of you, the highest cup card you have is the Eight of Cups. That's the best you've ever gotten from them, being emotionally detached and then running off to see if the grass is greener, if I can find somebody better than you. And if not, well, then I'll come back. That's been a pattern. And you don't deserve that level of pain. And they don't care. They're emotionless about it. All they care about is running off to see if the grass is greener with that other hot person, that person that I have attraction to, that person that I have desire for. Yeah, they can't contain that beast inside themselves. They can't rein themselves in. They're following their wand, which leaves you doing that teamwork and collaboration that we saw, laying the foundations for building a life together. Notice there's no teamwork on this card. That's you all by yourself doing all of the we, us shit all alone and being stuck in your head, grinding in circles because you don't have all the answers and you don't know what to do and you're feeling stuck and trapped and blocked. And this person has treated you way, way, way incorrectly. That's your energy in this connection for May 2024. Let me scoot this over and get us some more room and take a look at this douchebag's energy. First card for them is also the most important. They got Seven of Wands. Central to their energy, Ten of Swords. And the final card for them came out as three, all in one big bleh. Got the Three of Swords, the Three of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. Too many threes, too many swords, too much bullshit energy out here. Seven of Wands is Leo energy. This is defensive energy. This is them defending their position on something, defending their stance on something. It's not my fault. I didn't do this. It's your fault. This is defending themselves against accusations. So when your intuition tripped off on you and you knew something was up and you asked them questions about it and they, nope, wasn't me. That's not me. Defending themselves. Defensive energy here. This is them fighting to protect what they desire, what's important to them. Fighting for what I want. Tell me about this Seven of Wands. Why is that the first card? Which person's energy, please? Most of their cards came out upside down. I think 3 out of the 4 of them did. They're not supposed to be upside down, but that's just like, it's just more emphasis on this person is distorted as fuck. I promise you, with everything that I am, you cannot be in a Ten of Cups relationship. You cannot be in a lover's relationship with a distorted person. What's that saying? You can't get down and wrestle with the pigs without getting mud on you, or something to that extent. You can't be in a relationship with a distorted ass person like this without getting that bullshit all over you. Which is why you got 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 7 of Swords. Difficult time you're struggling with. It's like you got a lot of bullshit in your energy that's directly from being with an asswipe like this. Bottom of the deck, we got the Ace of Swords. Sword of Victory. The Sword of Truth. The Sword of Clarity. This is the sword you make decisions with. The word decision, the Latin word it comes from, means to cut off. When you got these 2 options and there ain't nobody picking one, this is them cutting one of those options away and leaving only one. They've made a decision here. This is also the sword you use to sever a relationship with. Queen of Swords right behind it. This is speaking the truth on something and cutting off the thing or the person that isn't in their best interest anymore. This could even be you asking them questions and them. I get these 2 cards together a lot when we've had conversations about something and one person's asking questions, wanting to know the truth, and the other person's doing the ducking and dodging and deflecting and not really giving up any actual answers here. Also, I got King of Swords on your side of the table, Queen of Swords here. These are not like the other court cards where you get like King and Queen of Cups, and that would be 2 people that are like together and in love. Like, This is two people that used to be together. This is people that don't get along anymore. When I clarify this 7 of Wands, this defensive energy, I get the 10 of Wands, the 3 of Wands, 4 of Cups, and the 5 of Wands. I'm noticing something important about this person already. Wands are the phallic symbol of the tarot deck. It represents the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy, sex, things of that nature. This first column is always going to be the most important, and your person has 1, 2, 3, 4 wands out of 5 cards. The only card they have that's not a wand is a card about, I'm just not happy with what I have. Like, they're fighting to make sure they get what they want. There's some heavy burden that they're carrying. 10 of Wands is Sagittarius energy of a heavy burden. This is almost feeling like they're viewing you as the problem. They're viewing you as the dead weight that they're carrying around. You're the thing that's holding me down and holding me back. Next, I have 3 of Wands, which is Aries energy of waiting, essentially. This is about already having decided what it is they want for their lives, and having already chose the path that they think gets them to the thing that they want. And here they've already started taking steps down the path, taking actions to try to manifest the thing that they want. And they firmly believe the thing they want is going to happen. I just don't have it yet, and I'm waiting on it to materialize here. So this is them waiting and fully expecting to get the thing that they want. 4 of Cups is their next card. This is Cancer energy. This is an energy of being emotionally not fully content, emotionally discontent, not being happy with what they have sitting right here in front of them. The 3 of Cups represents being united and celebrating, and I'm not happy with being together, and I keep daydreaming about this other cup, this other thing that I believe is going to lead me to my happiness and fulfillment. This means when I'm with you, I'm just not happy, and I'm distracted and sidetracked and can't get this other person out of my head. They're waiting on being, they don't have that yet, and they're waiting on that. That's what this birth of something new is. 5 of Wands. This is Leo energy. Again, 5s are conflict. I got 5 of Swords, 5 of Cups, 5 of the major arcana, 5 of Wands. I've seen the 5 of Swords again and the 5 of Pentacles here. So in this story that this reading is telling me, we have literally every 5 that you could possibly get. Every form of conflict and change you could possibly get. This is a conflict in their desires. In other words, a piece of them wants you, and another piece of them wants this other person, and now I'm torn between the two of you, and I'm pulling myself in different directions at the same time in terms of what it is that I actually want. That's why we're seeing a decision that needs made, but isn't being made. See, if I can control you through your hope of what this is, and hope that we can heal things, and hope that this is going to be the way you want it eventually, I can keep you blind that way. I can remove your power by just dangling the thing in front of you that I know you want more than anything. And that is the easiest way in the world to manipulate somebody, to control them, to cause them pain, to keep them stuck under you, where it's a situation that's unfair and it's stacked in this person's favor, and they don't care what happens. Another meaning to this 5 of Pentacles, besides abandonment and being cast aside and broken up with, is this can represent an energy of feeling like I'm not good enough, feeling like there's something wrong with me and I'm not good enough, and that's why they hurt. That's why they hurt me. That's why they do this stuff to me. I felt that over here with the history of the lies and deception and this hermit energy of you looking at yourself like somehow you're the problem. I think this person has gotten in your head and planted so many bullshit seeds in your mind that you've got a full-blown forest of bullshit that are really their beliefs about themselves, but they've planted those in your mind. And now they've somehow become your beliefs. Hopefully this reading serves as like the weed whacker that you need to go rip through all that stuff. Central to this person's energy is the Ten of Swords. Again, Gemini energy, swift, painful ending. It's right out here in the center of the shared energy. So this is where it comes from. Ending in betrayal, ending you don't see coming. This is an ending no matter what. Tell me about the Ten of Swords. Why is that central for Sagittarius person's energy, please? Come here. Where did you go? There we go. Let's get one more for that, please. One more. We're taking an extra one. That's cool. Come here. I'm waiting one of these days. I'm going to reach over to grab a card and these wheels are going to shoot out from underneath me and you're going to see my feet shoot up in the air. And if it happens, I'm not even going to edit that out. I'm just going to leave it there and we'll have a good laugh about it. Bottom of the deck, Queen of Swords. She who knows the truth. But again, this is speaking the truth to someone and then cutting off the thing or the person that's not in their best interest anymore. This is the severing of the connection. This is the ending that I'm clarifying here. There's the sword we use to make that decision and cut it off. I think at some point they weren't deciding. I see that stupid energy a lot when there's cheating going on. And it's like, I'm not cutting anybody off. Why would I do that? I have you already. And I have this other side piece too. Why would I get rid of either of you? We're just going to keep doing it this way. So this could very well easily be you say, enough's enough. I know too much at this point, and you cut that off, but not really looking that way. So this could just as easily be them cutting you off, or just they have the ability to cut this off and end it, and maybe they just choose not to do that. Maybe they're keeping you guessing and thinking that we're going to build something together again. So we're going to rebirth this. They're keeping you stuck, not letting you go. What kind of shit is that? Like, people do that a lot too. I don't really want you, and I think there's something better than you all the time, but I also don't want you to leave because I don't want anybody else to have you just in case this doesn't work out, I guess. When I clarify Ten of Swords, I get Nine of Pentacles, the World, the Empress, and the Four of Swords. Nine of Pentacles is Virgo energy. This is a step backwards from the Ten of Pentacles, which is like the combining together of two people, building a life together, living together, getting married, things like that. Just physically building a life together. That's what you're working toward in the Three of Pentacles that we've seen a couple of times. This is a step back from that. This is single energy. This is with you or without you. I'm good all on my own. I don't need you to physically take care of me or financially take care of me. I got that. A lot of times I'll get this and it doesn't actually mean that the person is physically single. They're in a commitment, clearly. They're in a connection with you, clearly. The Hierophant again. So no doubt they're not single. This would be them presenting themselves in the physical world as if they are single. That could be part of the burden that is this person. Could also be that they feel a burden when they're not single, ending, becoming single. Another completion energy here with the World. This is the final card of the Major Arcana, the end of the Major Arcana. This is an ending of one cycle and at the same time the beginning of the very next cycle. I got two endings right here. And them waiting on something here. They're waiting on the ending to happen, waiting on a cycle to begin. This is really starting to look like they already had the idea of what they wanted to do. They were already going down that path. They just hadn't actually made the decision to cut you off yet and end it and go with this new thing. But there is an ending here. So at some point the ending did occur. And there's the birth of something new, which again is the shared energy that's affecting both of you. That birth of something new is sitting right next to this. I'm not happy with what I have, and I'm daydreaming about this other thing that I think will make me happy. And here we have it. I've ended a cycle, and now I've got the new beginning with someone new. Four of Swords, Libra energy. Fours are stability. So this would be like stabilizing their thoughts, stabilizing their mind, choosing to go inside themselves and try and take a pause, try and take a chill. Sometimes this is taking a break. Sometimes in a connection, this is referred to as like, well, we're not officially done. We're just on a break right now. I want to go see some new people, or I want to go do something else, or we got to figure this out. It's some kind of an energy like that. And it's tied directly to this internal conflict here. Here's where it's about to get real, I think. This final card came out as 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 10 of Wands. We've already seen 10 of Wands in their clarifiers. 3 of Swords is Libra energy of heartbreak and sadness, usually from a third energy. The third energy is not always a romantic third party, although I got plenty of indicators that that's exactly what it is in this case. But just in case, that third energy can be any number of things. That's not you, that's not your person. So anything we do enough of will create its own energy. My work has created its own energy that affects me, it affects my family. This can be working too much, going to school, nosy friends, family members, neighbors, co-workers, anybody that's not the two of you getting involved can be that third energy. Geographic distance, an addiction, any number of things can be this, but here it's feeling like we got the birth of something new and the lovers here, and this is looking like third party. Next, I have the 3 of Cups. Notice the pattern. There's some 3s here. There's a 3 in the center here with the Empress. 3 right here with the Empress. 3 in the first column with waiting on something. I've got 4 different 3s in their energy. There should be 2. There should be you and them, but there's somebody else. This 3 represents the third cup of love being in the picture. 10 of Wands. Heavy burden being carried. Again, that's Sagittarius energy. This is feeling a lot like, for them, having you is the burden. And that's not what the actual burden is. The burden, this person is an idiot. This person does stupid stuff. They're never happy with what they have, and they're always looking external to themselves for what's the thing that will make me happy. It's not my responsibility to make myself happy. There's stuff that's supposed to make me happy, and I don't have that thing. This is like the people that buy every weight loss gizmo that they see on TV, every fat loss pill that comes out. I'm going to buy this. The problem is external to me. I just need this pill that will fix me. This person thinks that there's just this other cup that will make them happy, and that ain't what makes them happy. They're not capable of being happy. They're not capable of getting happiness and wish fulfillment. They're not capable of getting 10 of Cups because they haven't done their internal work. And more than that, they so haven't done their internal work, and they've done so much damage to you that you now have to go do the same kind of internal work that this asshole needed, and you didn't need that before you met them. They are the burden. Let me clarify this. This person's got me sweating. I'm mad. Tell me about this 3 of Swords, 3 of Cups, 10 of Wands, please. When is that here? Yeah, you don't say. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, Page of Cups. News messages, communications of love and emotions, lovey-dovey messages. Expressing feelings, early stages of a love offer, flirtatious behavior, not fully developed emotionally, not fully emotionally mature. Damn sure not showing up as king. There's no King of Cups out here. There's King of Swords, which is basically the opposite of the King of Cups. You've got essentially a child in an adult body here. Like the spoiled brat 5-year-old kid that doesn't understand that he's not the center of the universe and doesn't get his way 24 hours a day at everyone else's expense. You've got a child emperor here, a not fully emotionally developed person that displays all this control to the external world because they lack all control internally. And that's the thing they don't want to look at. They ain't never going to get to this happiness. Doesn't matter what they do until they do their inner work. They're not doing it. Instead, they're just moving on to the next thing, advancing this cup of love. They're going from the flirtatious behavior to moving forward on it, talking about it to doing something about it. That's why the third party is here, the third cup of love is here, and the burden that they haven't learned anything from. When I clarify that, I get 2 of Cups, Ace of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, Two of Cups is Cancer energy. This is a love connection between two people. It's I breathe you in, you breathe me in, we're connected. But it's a two, and in tarot, twos are choices, and you can see here that the choice isn't being made. This is a decision about the connection with you, but it's also a decision about the other connection, this new connection that they birthed while they're in this commitment with you, this other lover that they brought in here that killed everything. But see, even that is a mistake to say, because the problem is not external to this relationship. The problem is internal to this relationship. The fact that there is an external person that's been brought in is not the actual problem. It's a symptom of the problem. The real problem is this person has not done the internal work they need to do, and they're operating completely incorrectly. And for you, the problem is that there's an element of that you didn't want to see, and an element of wanting to believe in this. I have the 10 of Cups with them, and that we're supposed to be together, and this is the one for me, when that's not true. There's something about you that needs looked at and adjusted so that that doesn't happen to you anymore, because your happiness doesn't come from an external person. Your actual happiness comes from inside. You create that. And until you get that, you're always going to be projecting a lack into the universe. You're going to be projecting a lack of self-love, a lack of like, I love me exactly the way I am, and I'm fully happy and content in and of myself. Until you're projecting that, you're projecting the lack of some element of love, and projecting, I need this external person to show up and make me happy, to show up and make me whole, to show up and make me feel loved. And if you're projecting that, you're going to get mirrored back to you a lack of love. You're going to get mirrored back to you a person who is also not whole, who is also not got their cups all the way full. You got 9 cups. They can only fill 8 because the maximum they ever have is 8. It doesn't even matter how much love and emotions they siphon off of you, because their cups have holes in them, and they're leaking it out everywhere. So the fast as they siphon it off of you, it's just spilling out of them, and they can never get past 8 cups that way. There is a choice in this connection. And I know from your perspective, you're probably viewing it as their choice and waiting on them to make it, but it isn't their choice. They're never going to make the correct choice. You have to be the one to do it. That's why judgment is on your side over here. Next, when I clarify this third energy, this third cup of love, this burden, I have the Ace of Wands, which again is a passionate new beginning, the phallic symbol of the deck, the male phallus, using it to be intimate, sexual energy. That's how you bring a third party in. That's how you get a choice between two people. That's also tied to the world here, the thing that ended the cycle and is beginning a new cycle. See, look, I'm waiting to get out of this cycle that's all wand, passion, desire based. I'm waiting on that to end so I can start a new cycle, starting back over at the beginning in the same vein again. That's the burden. This person just repeats the same stupid shit over and over. I felt that over here 2 different ways, with this 5 of Swords and 8 of Cups with the Wheel of Fortune in the middle, and the 6 of Cups with the 7 of Swords. This is not the first lap around the block with this person. It's not their first time running this same pattern. They're going from one to the next, doing it the same way and expecting a different result. That's what the definition of insanity or stupidity, however you want to look at that. Final clarifier for this person is the Knight of Pentacles. Again, knights are action takers. This is the slowest knight in the deck. So this is either very slow, monotonous forward movement, but that's not what this feels like to me at all. The other meaning to this card is this is a person who has the Ace of Pentacles in their hand. And again, here, this Ace of Pentacles in your energy, I'm hoping this is not you viewing that the opportunity lies with them, because the opportunity does not lie with them. There is no hope that you could have the 10 of Cups with them. The only way you're getting the 10 of Cups is away from them. This is a person that has that Ace of Pentacles, the seed of abundance. And it represents a person who knows what they're supposed to do but doesn't do it for some reason. The fields in the background are completely barren and empty because he hasn't planted the seed, even though he knows he's supposed to. The opposite can also be true. It can be a person who knows what they're not supposed to do, and they do it any damn way. Like, he knows he's not supposed to just sit on his ass all day, and he's doing it anyway. I know I'm not supposed to follow the wand and start passionate new beginnings when I'm in a commitment with you. I know I'm not supposed to bring in another person and have third parties and continue to do the same burdensome bullshit I've always done. I know I'm not supposed to birth something new here. I know I'm not even supposed to just sit here and focus on how something's missing for me and I'm just not fully happy. It's like, this person is... they need to be looking inside themselves at all this bullshit they're carrying around. I'm like dumbfounded. I don't even know how to end this because this person has got me so rattle-brained and flustered. And I hope to hell you can get unstuck from this person because they're nothing but pain for you. Now, if you still have questions you want answered about this situation or your relationship, click on any of the videos that just appeared on your screen right now. When you do, you'll be taken to more Sagittarius love readings that can give you more insight and more clarity about what's really going on in your particular situation, and I'll see you in the next video.